Welcome to Muscle in the Morning.
Good morning, people. So this is how I like to start my day. Muscle in the morning because the news scares me. Beautiful view from our balcony and an even better walk to the gym. Today I had shoulders, but we are gonna do cardio. Okay, so for today's HIIT training, I started off with 10 lots of 20 seconds on and 40 seconds off on the treadmill. So what you're seeing now is just a minute's warm up that I did just at a steady jog to warm up and get my legs used to that movement. And with each rep that I did here, I increased the incline each time. And by increasing the incline rather than the speed that you're running at, it's not only giving you a good cardiovascular workout, but it is also a great way of targeting your legs, your bum, and that stubborn fat that we all hate. And I did want to speak to you and run through what I was doing whilst I was actually doing this workout, but there was just no chance. I was struggling far too much, and I really do apologise for the poor quality of video here. I think I need to invest in a videographer. I had a nightmare trying to film this, but as long as it portrays the idea, that's all I need. As you can see there, on to the next rep, ramping up the incline, as I say. So when it comes to HIIT training, and by HIIT I mean high intensity interval training, you can work it any way you want as long as you have a work period where you're going all out and then a rest period to recover, so it can transfer onto any machine or any or you can get out and about any way that you want. You're not constrained to a treadmill. And the key here is to make sure that you are pushing yourself during that work period or you're wasting your time. So for example, as I say, I'm ramping up the incline on every rep that I do. And for me, I worked up to an 11% incline. So make sure you're pushing yourself. The aim is to be, by the end of your work period, you're almost at a point of failing. Obviously, you don't want to be falling off a treadmill, so make sure you are comfortable with jumping on and off the treadmill if this is what you're going to do. But start slow and work your way up. Start a lower incline and challenge yourself each time. But equally, make sure you are making the most of your rest. I remember an old friend of mine that I used to do some CrossFit training with would always hammer home to me how important the rest periods were with this kind of training. So don't slump over during your rest in an exhausted heap. Stand tall, focus on your breathing, and focus on bringing your heart rate down, ready for the next rep. In my opinion, when it comes to HIIT training, if you can do more than 10 to 15 minutes worth of work, then you're not going hard enough. So work hard, and this can be a really efficient workout to smash and move on as quickly as you need to, or if you are constrained with time. And the next piece of footage messed up standard on my part, I apologise. So just to summarise, I moved on to some LISS training, and that's low intensity and steady state training using a cross ramp, which is kind of a midway between a stepper and a cross trainer. But you can use any piece of equipment as long as you can maintain a steady pace. You'll see from the next part that I can hold a conversation, but I am still panting. Whereas with HIIT, like you can see here, there's no way I could hold a conversation. You're going all out. There shouldn't be room to stand around and have a chat with someone. Hence why with HIIT, it's going to be a short, intense workout lasting around 10-15 minutes. But with LISS, you'll commonly see people going for a lot longer. For me personally, I do 10 minutes HIIT and then 10 minutes LISS, but that is just me at the moment. As I'll go on to explain, things can change in the future. As I've said to you in previous videos, I'm trying to lose just a couple of kilos of fat, just like a mini cut, hence why I've added this 10 minutes of LISS onto my usual intervals, and that's only 3 times a week that I'm doing that. That's all my cardio, so an hour's cardio in total over a week, and that suits me. It's nice to get sweat on every couple of days. It's nice to feel like your butt has been kicked, and of course getting your heart racing. Health benefits, it's what we're all about at the end of the day. Excuse me, my face is dripping. So that's my current routine at the moment. As I say, I'm going to continue this when I go into prep. Well, before we get to prep, I'm going to ease off cardio pretty much altogether, so that then it can be a factor that I can add in as prep goes on and as I'm wanting to get leaner. Cardio is so dependent on your ability and your preferences. And when I was at home in prep, I used to go to a spin class once a week just to get my butt kicked by someone else, and it was nice to have that group mentality and the music blasting. So if you can get to a group class, I definitely recommend it, because I'm always a weights over cardio person. I'm not a cardio bunny. But sometimes you've got to get it done. So find a method that you like, and then you're more likely to actually do it. And it doesn't always have to be on a machine. Get outside in the sun, and also don't forget, like, you can easily get your cardio in other forms. So if I don't fancy spending 10 minutes on a machine, in the past I've done like 10 lots of 10 burpees as quick as I can with like a 20-second rest. So you're not constrained by machines. Don't feel like that's the only way that you can do your cardio. Use your imagination as always, but get it done. You'll feel miles better after it. And even if it is just that 10 minutes on the end of your session, your weight session, every little adds up. 10 minutes a couple of days a week. It's just the extra calories that you're burning that you could then put into food, or if you're looking to lose weight, every little helps. So get it done, sweat it out. Who doesn't love getting sweat in their eye? Ow. But yeah, work hard, people. Let me know if you want any tips for cardio club, or if anyone needs a cardio buddy out there. I'm always looking for one. So that's cardio done. I can still feel the sweat dripping off my face. I'm just having a little lie down, waiting for James to finish, and then we're going to do a bit of stretch, because we've made a pledge that we're going to start stretching more because our flexibility is so bad. And obviously that also helps with muscle growth and recovery, so we're doing everything that we can to be the best we can be. And I just wanted to add, speaking of cardio, if you're not a cardio lover like me, help yourself out to keep yourself entertained while you're doing it. Whether it's an album to listen to, an ebook. Like I said, if you can't really get in the zone, I find hacks, just that mental and physical block, does the world of good. And also, while I was prepping, when I had to get through about half an hour cardio a day, which I know isn't a lot, but to me it was, I got myself a book, and I'd read for the time, and it used to get me so piped up. It was a book by Dan John. So he is a strength coach, a motivational speaker, an all-round hero, amazing attitude. So reading something like that just kept me going and made me almost look forward to cardio, because I wanted to read more of that book. So I'd make myself get through a chapter each cardio session. So it's all about making the journey enjoyable and as easy for yourself as possible. So help yourself out. That's all from me. It's time to stretch.